Trunks, talk to me, man. I mean, what you want to talk about, man? Shit. I was about to do my entrance. You want to be on this sentimental shit. What? No, it's just that I just often wonder, when you get angry, you take it to a whole nother level. I mean, you take it beyond just, because when I get upset, if I get mad at somebody, there may be a bit of a verbal match. I might shout at somebody, say this, say that. But you, on the other hand, you have Bronco Buster. Didn't you poop in your cell and throw it all around and you stank face people? Talk to me about the way you deal with your anger. I mean, just please. Well, I'm not a verbal dude. I'm a very expressive person. And, when motherfuckers make me a certain mad, I gotta show my certain ass. So you can see that it's certain that I am pissed off with your actions. So I might just throw your ass in the corner, open my legs up. You see, as you're saying it, you seem like you're getting more uncomfortable. I am a little bit. And demonstrate you give me oral sex, and it just, just to humiliate you. It's humiliation, But doesn't it make you look bad? I mean, because you're the one giving him these things. What the fuck making you? Why you want to talk to me about this? You some type of psychiatrist, huh? I want help. Welcome to Den in My Trunks, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an exciting episode as we have one of the most controversial people in XTV. He was, at least for a while now, but he's here to talk a little bit about his life, and different things as far as the news in XTV. Proving Grounds happened today, 6/23/2019. XTV Proving Grounds came on today around, I want to say 3, and it was a awesome show. You know what I mean? It was a live show, as LT was on commentary. I was able to join them. They was live. Shit was fun. It was lit. Shout out to J&W and all the people that definitely that was a part of it. And I'm not gonna keep on saying MBD. I mean, I'm gonna say MBD till it come out. So MBD, 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 MBD. Yes. MBD, 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 MBD. Yes. I mean, Trunks, since you're the guy that's in, working on MBD, what type of update can you give us? Where are we as far as that project's progress? I mean, I'm sure a lot of the fans out there want to know. Miami Beatdown at this point, guys, is 75% complete. 75%. Which means we don't really have that much long to go at all. You know what I mean? It just takes a lot more, this particular scene we're working on takes a lot of focus, a lot of numbers, a lot of math is actually involved. You know what I mean? And math has never really been my strong suit. But do y'all see what I do for you fans? I go out my way and do some shit I don't even like to do in order to make something very entertaining and very compelling. It's for you, because I love you. We love you. So, gotta do things I hate, like math, and it's just a lot of numbers involved with this. And I honestly think that, out of every project we've ever done, this is the most math that we've ever done, and us not being, that strong in math has caused certain setbacks. I'm not going to even lie. What we realized we fucked up, if you fuck up on one number, then, you mess up the whole scene. And, maybe months after this, I'm going to show you guys what I mean by the math that I've been doing with this process. So yeah, I'm just going to update there. Again, I'm not finna give no release dates no more. 75% complete. Didn't bring it to work today. because, like I said, this particular scene takes a lot of focusing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of studying and a lot of just concentration. So, y'all look out for that. Yeah. Yeah. Tonight's guest is, again, a controversial guest. He's an officer of the law. Officer of the hot damn law. And, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way when he first came in. A lot of people didn't like his certain things he did. But he's here to tell some of his stories, and maybe we're gonna get a glimpse in what was going on in his mind during certain instances. And here he is. Tonight's special guest is Officer Neal. What's going on, y'all? Neal, may I have some gum? My last pack, no. So, Neal, man, welcome to my podcast. Thanks for having me. So, Neal, tell me a little bit about yourself. I grew up in Augusta, Georgia. You know what I mean? It was a little small town. Me, my brother Leroy, my brother James, he died. You know what I mean? My mom, my dad. And, I just grew up in a very strict household, which explains my mannerism. May I get a piece of paper to spit this gum out? Go ahead. I just grew up in a very strict household, which explains my personality. You know what I mean? I don't play, and I just always was a serious kid. You know what I mean? At first, when I was real young, I was quiet. I didn't socialize much. You know what I mean? And I did my own thing. And as a result, I gained my own set of friends. You know what I mean? They called us the weirdos, the geeks, or whatever. But, when it was time to mess with them weirdos, they seen that, I can contend. You know what I mean? I wasn't a weirdo that was like, going to just sit there and, let you berate me. I was going to, beat your ass. So, yeah, it was things like that. I got into various sports early on, like soccer. I was into that. I did basketball for some time. I did football. I used to play. I was the quarterback. Yeah, man, I did baseball. Baseball was like the most fun I had. And baseball put me in situations where I was able to talk with more people, because like I said, I was more kind of sheltered. You know what I mean? I kept to myself, and stuff like that. Had my own set of friends. But when baseball came, you know what I mean, you had to talk to people. You had to talk to this guy. Y'all had to come up with a game plan. And, you had to lay out formats and stuff like that. So it was baseball where I started to, get into the position where I was able to socialize more. You know what I mean? And, of course, who did you play baseball for? I played baseball for my church, actually. You know what I mean? St. Leroy Baptist Church. You know what I'm saying? And it was definitely fun. You know what I mean? And just growing up in a church, like, and being with strict parents, that old soul food, you know what I mean? That, you got to be black to understand. So, just kind of growing up in that, you know what I mean? Kind of made me the man I am. But yeah, the baseball was definitely something that, you know what I mean, shaped me and molded me to the man I am. Now, to hit on a personal note, your mom passed away at early. No. She was murdered. Oh, she was murdered. Yeah. It was one of the things that inspired me to be a police officer. And, just basically, I was at school. This probably had to be high school. You know what I mean? And, some guys basically ran into the house, killed her. You know what I mean? Cold blood. And I remember coming home, you know what I mean, calling for her, and then just saying, damn, it had to be very hard on you. Oh, yeah. And for a while, you know what I mean, that gave me this resentment towards a lot of people. You know what I mean? It pushed me to a level where I didn't trust a lot of people. You know what I mean? It had me bitter for some years. You know what I mean? It took a whole lot. Well, I mean, when something like that happens, well, when that happened, what did you do? Kept going to church. Kept going to church. Yeah. Had to pray about it. That's one thing I'm thankful for with my parents. You know what I mean? Instilling that in me at a young age to go to church, pray about it. You know what I'm saying? And when your hands are tied and you can't do nothing, you know what I mean? You just gotta give it to the Most High. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? I just said, hey, I'm not in control of this situation. I'm not in control of my emotions. I just wake up random nights just crying. You know what I mean? Just out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like emotions I never had before would just come out. And it just really, it hurt me for a long time. And, it kind of explains some of your actions later on that we're going to get into in this podcast, because as you said, you were always very serious. Well, I mean, yeah, but again, it was my upbringing as well. Yeah, it's that situation, but like I'll put it to you like this: growing up, how I grew up, where I grew up, it taught me to be strong and just not take no shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? Home life. But when this happened, this was the teachings of this was don't trust people. You know what I'm saying? And to some degree hate people. And that's what this situation made me do for like I said, quite some time. You know what I mean? If this was 20, 30 years ago, I would not be doing Den in My Trunks with You Trunks. I wouldn't be doing this show. You know what I mean? But yeah. Wow, it's insane, man. Insane early life. But what was the point where you finally said, I'm gonna be a police officer? You know what I mean? Like what was the moment that made it? Well, it was of course that situation. You know what I mean? With my mom. You know what I'm saying? It was just like just growing up with these emotions. I didn't know how to release it. You know what I mean? But just watching Cops, the TV show, and just saying that, them getting these scumbags off the streets. You know what I mean? It's like, in a way, I felt that was going to be an avenue where I'm like, channeling that negative energy. It's like, even though I'm not going to kill the person that killed my mom, you know what I'm saying? I am going, at times serve, like a good purpose. You know what I mean? I'm going to get people that was thinking about doing that to not do it by taking them down, arresting them, doing what I did, as that. And, that's just what it was. So, what age were you when you first became, a police officer? 22. And people, like everybody at this time was like older than me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was older than me. And I remember the sheriff, for some reason, I guess he had a military background, and he was like screaming at me, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Screaming loud as hell. You know what I mean? He like, you were supposed to be, cause I was a little late. This was like a Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? Traffic was insane. I'm the rookie. You know what I'm saying? And it's just traffic. It's one of them days. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like everything that can go wrong goes wrong. And I remember, you know what I'm saying? He came in there, get your ass over here. And I'm like, I cussed his ass out. Damn. You know what I mean? My first day, it was a verbal beat down with him. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't take it because, like, again, I don't really remember the specifics of this day, but just understand it was one of them Monday mornings. Traffic was bad, and just, again, all the things that can be wrong just happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already, you know what I mean? I'm still, like, my mom passed, when I was like a teenager, 16 maybe, you know what I mean? So I'm still dealing with those emotions, you know what I mean? Now at 22, you know what I mean? I'm going through all kind of things. So with him yelling at me, you know what I mean? I said, fuck you, you ain't shit. And I went in, you know what I mean? And he got to a point, because at first, You know how when you shouting at people and y'all ain't really hearing what the other person's saying, y'all just saying y'all point, you know what I mean? And that's how it was at first. It's like he was saying his point, it was yelling, I was saying my point, so it's just like and then finally, I don't know what I said, but I'm just hearing myself scream, you know what I'm saying, at the top of my lungs, and I'm not really controlling my words or what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But I remember, you know, when I was finally done, just looking at everybody with this shocked look on their face. You know what I mean? It was just like, whoa, you know? And I remember slamming the door, storming out the building, you know what I mean? And I went home, you know, angry, very angry. They kept calling me. And, you know, my girlfriend, which is my wife now. Oh, man, how long have you been married? Shit, man. Asking me how long I've been married. I've been married for a long ass time. Man, too long. I want to say a good 25 years. Damn, that's real good. Yeah, something like that, man. We've been together for a minute. My wife gonna kill me when you put this out, but you know. Oh, don't worry, I'll delete that part. No, you won't, Trunks. Oh yeah. Well, now I won't because you said I won't. But yeah, man. She just was like, you just need to call him, you know. I mean, just call him back because I wasn't answering the phone every time because I knew I just thought like as soon as I answer the phone, I'm gonna hear you fired. Give me a badge. I'm thinking that, you know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna say 3 or 4 days went by me not answering the phone. You know what I mean. I finally walked up there, ready to turn my badge and my uniform and everything in. You know what I mean. And then he called me into his office and he just told me, "Look, man, nobody's ever." Like, you know, express such anger and honesty, you know, to me that way. And, you know, it made me, it actually put me in my place. That's what he told me. He said it put me in my place. And, you know, as a man, I apologize to you for, you know, going off at you and saying the things that you said, you know, and that's another thing I want to make mention of. Like, you know, people think that people are afraid, you know what I mean, to get into certain situations because they think like, you know, they going to get yelled at or they going to get this. But as long as you just honest, you know what I mean, and you just put your truth out there and put your heart out there, like I don't think nobody's gonna really try you, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Sarge was a man just like just like I am a man, you know what I mean? So it's like, as long as I'm being a man and saying, look, man, you ain't gonna disrespect me, you know what I mean? What can go wrong with that? I'm gonna get fired for being a man, you know what I'm saying? Like either way, if I got fired or whatever happened to me, whatever type of, you know, reprimand, whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? At least I expressed myself as a man and I was honest, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's another thing people misconstrued about me, you know what I'm saying? I just am, you know? I'm just an honest dude. Sometimes I got a bit of an attitude, but hey, give them a background, you know, who I am and why I am. You know, it's a brief description, but you see what it is. So anyway, he was just like, look, man, you know, on your lunch break, I want to have a coffee with you, and you know, we just started to talk, and we became real good friends. Unfortunately, you know, he passed as well in the line of duty. Some young teens, damn man, you know, they wind up, he got shot in the back, you know what I'm saying, and he had to retire. And I think after years of dealing with the different injuries he had, you know what I'm saying, he finally succumbed to all the injuries, you know what I mean. I think he got shot in the back, he got beat with a baseball bat and all kind of crazy things. It was bad, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, but we became the best of friends, you know what I'm saying. And people, as far as the other officers, they respected me because I was one that was gonna stand my ground, and I could hold my own. You know what I mean? And it wasn't no rookie type of issues. It's interesting because I was listening to, you know, Grandpa Joe's podcast with Travis Johnson. Yeah, I heard that. And that's a good podcast. Yeah, you know, and Travis talked about when he first was a rookie, he just, you know, he was getting bullied and all of that. But you're saying that didn't happen to you. That didn't happen to me. It wasn't going to happen to me. I had too much going on. You know what I mean? Like, to just let some sergeant, you know what I'm saying, that I'm meeting for the first time make me just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying, I never lived a life, I never been through the things, you know, I've been through, like, you know, you're not gonna son me, you know what I mean, which is what my youngest son say, you know what I mean, you're not gonna son me. And you know, I had to put him in his place. So you were an officer for a number of years. So tell us about some of the things you experienced on that. I mean, because I don't think a lot of people in West or XTV West or East know about you, you know, being a police officer. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. I tell you, man, I've seen the most. There's nothing new under the sun, or you know, like you just never know what you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing, you know, somebody with a gun, you know what I'm saying? It was some white guys, you know what I'm saying? And they was riding on top of a horse. The fuck? Yeah, and they was they was in the middle of the street about to do a drive-by on these black guys, you know what I'm saying? On with the fucking horse. And I'm sitting there like, you know, what are y'all doing? And, you know, sometimes you just got to talk to people. And that's what I wound up having to do with those guys. I had to just wind up talking to them like, you know, look, man, this is unnecessary. You know, he's like, what you mean unnecessary? These damn gas prices unnecessary. Neal did a damn voice, personality with Officer Neal only on Den in My Trunks. You know what I mean? He going off, you know, and I'm just like, look, man, you know. And he told me the whole story that they stole something from him and all this different stuff. But, you know, I was able to talk him down from it. You know what I mean? They put Lisa, or whatever the horse's name was, they put him up, and, you know, they whatever, you know. Honestly, I dealt with a lot of teenagers. Yeah. I dealt with a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just knew you get to learn the background of these kids, and I think that that's interesting. You know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like you actually raising these kids. I remember seeing kids 5 years old. You know what I mean? They wind up getting turned out. You know what I'm saying? And they in a gang. You know, you see them at 15, and you know, it's a sad thing. And sometimes rewarding. It's sad when you see these kids grow up. You get to learn their parents. You know what I'm saying? You see the domestic disputes of the parents. You know what I mean, going on. Then you see these kids. You know what I mean? It's like, oh damn, that baby gonna be affected. Then the baby, he winds up being in the gang. He turns the wrong crowd because these two are too busy not getting along or going through whatever they going through. And now the kid, you know what I'm saying? Again, he's in a gang, and then you see him dead, you know what I mean? And you remember when he was a baby. So now it's like you see him, he's dead, his blood and shit everywhere, you know what I'm saying? You just like, whoa, you know, what a fucked up life. Or on the flip side of that, it's the same situation, but you'll see that person progress into a man, you know what I'm saying, get himself a good job, a good wife, and not following the footsteps that his parents, you know, were going. And so, like, it's a very interesting thing, and I think that's why that was really one of my favorite things to deal with the kids, you know what I'm saying, because I would try to get them to be the opposite of the gang and the violence and, you know what I'm saying, stuff for their parents, and just tell them that they're worth more, and, you know, just dealing with that. And I got involved in a lot of activities, you know what I mean, like the youth soccer team, the youth football, just to get kids off the streets, you know what I'm saying, because it was becoming when I was a police officer, it was getting very negative, you know what I'm saying, as far as the environment. But we were trying to clean it up, you know what I mean, team cleanup. So it was the operation. It was Operation Cleanup. You know what I mean? We were trying to clean up these neighborhoods, get all the negative gang bangers out the streets, put the kids in these good community centers, you know what I'm saying, and just build things so kids can have something to, you know, look forward to or look at, you know what I mean? And I just became a mentor. I did motivational speakings at schools, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, I may have been 24, 25 years old. I still got these issues, you know what I mean? I still got the issues with my mom, you know what I'm saying? And so keep in mind that me doing these motivational speeches, although it's good and although it's a good way to make sure that kids don't follow into the same footsteps that others have followed in, these still them badass kids. And they'll say some things like, I'm in the middle of my speech, they'll say some shit like, nigga, my cousin killed your mama. Oh my god. And I'm 25 years old. So it's like, well, come kill me like you killed her. Come kill me. And, I lose it. It was like I was snapped at the drop of a hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a kid face, and I got right up after right up when I was a police officer, Trunks. Damn. There's times I slammed a kid against the locker, you know what I'm saying? And I hit somebody with my elbow, you know what I mean? Knocking a tooth out or two. Damn. I thought JJ was bad. Sorry, JJ. Yeah, that's why when JJ, and shouts out to him. I seen him in church one time. But he got to the point with why he's angry at the person that I'm sure we're gonna talk about. It's like when you served your time for doing certain things, you know what I mean, that you regret. And you don't want it brung up no more. You know what I mean? It's like I did it. I served my time. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Like I moved on. I did a lot of bad things in my life. Many bad things. You know what I mean? And no excuse can be made to why I did them. I was immature with how I handle even things recently. I did something a few days ago, you know what I mean? Like I was talking to somebody on the phone, you know what I'm saying, and they were getting on my nerves, and I'm like, crazy bitch. And it's like it was a little girl in the room, when I said it, and it's just like, I should have been more cautious of my words. You know what I mean? This is a little girl. You know what I'm saying? She don't even know what that means. You know what I mean? But it's like kids are like sponges. They soak up everything. You know what I'm saying? She could say that to her mom. You know what I'm saying? She could say that to her dad, whoever. And, here I am talking about some crazy bitch. You know what I mean? And, I felt even worse because I never got a chance to explain to her what that was and why it's bad and don't do what Neal did. So it's just, like as humans, we make a lot of mistakes. And I think with me, since I'm in the public eye or as far as XTV, and, when I do things, it's on a bigger scale because, say what you want, I'm a bit of a top name, you know what I'm saying? Like people remember things that I did to Miss Yosie, which I apologize for. Things I did to Justin. So it's like, that's just human nature. Like we make mistakes, and mine's is more like, I think mine's is more extreme because it's like, damn, Neal did this, damn, Neal did that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me see if I can think of any more stories as far as the police officer thing. Not really, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really think of no more, but yeah, it was a trip being a police officer. So you officer for like I forgot how many years you said. A long ass time. Oh, a long ass time. Finally, it's 2006. Yes, and you make your debut on XTV West Side, being a security guard for Grandpa Joe. Now, what was this process like? Well, Grandpa Joe, to me, in my honest opinion, I've studied XTV. You know what I mean? And Grandpa Joe, to me, is literally the greatest XTV star. I don't care if it's East or West. I think he's the greatest star in XTV, period. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody being better than him because he has so much wisdom and so much soul to give you. You know what I mean? It just, some of the things he says really, really hits and I just always had a lot of respect for him. And, basically, we were in church, you know what I'm saying? And I remember him catching the Holy Ghost, like the it's crazy, but the preacher's doing his thing, you know what I mean? Talking about the Spirit of God. You know how I get in church. And, Grandpa Joe, I remember him snatching the mic, you know what I mean, from the preacher. He did the Kanye West. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ got the best. It's the Christianity is the best religion of all time. All time. You know what I mean? But he just kind of just snatched the mic, and he just kind of just like he ran it. He just said, "God is good. God is in you. God is in," and he just went in. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's a man that been through it. That's a man that know the power. And just it's just crazy how things work out, because he was always trying to find security. You know what I mean, for his show, his grandpa, the Joe Show, the early days. And a lot of them just didn't work out. A lot of them was something was wrong with them. Some of them just they was lucky to get the job and all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? But finally, I came, and so you were a security guard / officer, Neil. Yeah, basically like a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, we just kind of, hit it off. And I'm like, I remember you was in church, man. What's up? And, we just started to kick it from there. You know what I'm saying? And he was just saying how he wanted to get people like you, Trunks, wanted to keep you out the studio because y'all would come in there and basically make some type of issue. Remember that? Remember them days, Big Trunks? Yeah. For y'all that don't know, F and K went against the Joe Show. The Joe Show, Grandpa Joe was trying to get rid of the negativity, or what he felt was negativity, in XTV. It's similar to the Reverend Calvin Butts versus hip hop. For y'all that don't know what that is, that's basically, when NWA was doing their music, and, how hip hop was basically in the 90s, you know what I mean? Just anti, you know how it was. And then there was like different establishments trying to censor hip hop and censor some of the vulgar language. And that's similar to what, Grandpa Joe was doing. He was trying to censor some of the things that I was doing or saying, as well as the best. And, that was basically it. It was the Joe Show versus FNK. And sometimes, we would just kind of invade and, just kind of be like, this motherfucker don't know what the hell he's talking about. He like, get your ass out of here. You ain't supposed to be in here. And, yeah, so he finally had to get security because we was just coming in there all the time at random. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, shut the hell up. Leave us alone. Ah! How did y'all manage to get in his house just to say, one line? Though? That's what I want to know. I just, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I would go through the chimney. You know what I'm saying? That's right. My fat ass would get on top of Grandpa Joe's house, jump inside the chimney. You know what I'm saying? Just to go in there, just to say he don't know what the hell he talking about. Just to run real fast out the front door. You know what I'm saying? And leave. It was that serious to you. Absolutely. Man. But anyway, the Joe Show was some of the most bizarre times in my life. You know what I'm saying? You guys were okay. Big Trunks, Best. When I got to know him, y'all were cool. But the guy that got not even under my skin, under my soul, oh man, was Killer. You know what I mean? I didn't know what XTV was before I came in. I didn't know what XTV was. I just heard, yeah, it's XTV, is this. I just hear, well, it was TXG then. And I'm just hearing this. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to do my job. I want to protect this older guy. Me and him are cool. We talk. We go to church. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody that's on my level. But so when I heard 90 on one of his episodes say, "Yeah, Neil, I'm the nigga that shot your mom." Oh man, and this was a period where XTV was just like ruthless and nobody really cared. It seems like now we kind of trying to like shape up and not be as negative as we once was. But me hearing that put me into, like, I had to call off of work from being security with Grandpa Joe, and because I was gonna track 90 down and I was gonna kill him. Damn. So it was, all of this was new to me. But Grandpa Joe had to sit me down. He said, Leroy, he used to call me Leroy. He said, look, people say things to get under your skin, to make you act ways you don't want to act. You got to control it. You got to know what it is, and you know what I mean, leave it at that, and don't take action on things that's unnecessary. So that's what I used to listen to him. And I never took action on 90, but for years I didn't have any respect for him. It wasn't until I really learned what the culture of XTV was where I started to respect 90. But a guy that I don't think I'm ever gonna have respect for is the killer, man. You know what I mean? This is a demon that we dealing with in XTV. This is a cancer. You hear me? Cancer. You see all my teeth when I say cancer. Cancer. He's the devil himself. Just understand that if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and because Grandpa Joe gave me my own room, you know what I mean? Because I was I pretty much became family, So imagine it being 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's water coming down your face, and it's not water though. Oh shit. You start to smell urine. Oh man. And you look up, and this little dick motherfucker, oh shit, is pissing on you. You know what I mean? And he was like, you need to go to the shower, Neil, wake up. And man, oh my gosh, dude, I remember just losing my mind. You know what I mean? And shit, because he used to be so fast back then. So like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and he's pissing on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how the hell he got inside. Time to wake up. And I'm chasing him from 3 o'clock in the morning to like 12 in the afternoon. Shit, he was on that shit. Absolutely he was. You know what I'm saying? And it was bad, man, with Killer Dog. It was terrible. He used to be on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he realized what he was doing. But with that being said, Killer being on drugs, wouldn't you forgive him? I mean, because when you're in that state, you have no real control over your mind. Yeah, but it's certain actions, like even when he was sober, and even as he is sober now, that he does that's unnecessary. You know what I mean? Just plain evil. It's just evil. You know what I mean? There's no way around that. It's like disrespect is disrespect. Evil is evil. Killer does a lot of evil things. You know what I mean? With him putting witchcraft and doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's done that. You know what I mean? Grandpa Joe used to have this big cross with Christ on it in front of his home. Killer took that down and put a satanic cross. Let me Google it right fast. Let me Google it. Are you about to Google it? I'm gonna Google it. Google it. You mean a pentagram? Yeah, he used that too. Yeah, he used the upside down satanic cross, and he used the pentagram. Yeah, the Leviathan cross or whatever. Yeah, he tore that down, and that's what he did. You know what I mean? Like he was terrible. I mean, evil. You know what I mean? And he'll just be sitting in front of that with his legs crossed, with some candles, a candle in each hand. You know what I mean? And just saying some gibberish, like I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? And again, Grandpa Joe, he took his time and made a cross with Christ on it in front of us, and this boy gonna tear it down and put that satanic stuff. It's like I didn't know what he was doing or what he was on, but like, excuse me, images like that is what made me like, I can never respect this guy. I don't care if he's sober. I don't even care if he apologizes. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way around that. You know what I mean? And you know, I think that's one of the straws, because there's many straws that broke the camel's back. Damn. Like another straw that broke his back is when he bit Mary Mae's breast. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's on live. That's live. You know what I mean? Grandpa Joe's show, and we can still listen to it to this day. You know what I mean? So it's like, not only is it embarrassing for him to do that to that woman that was trying to nurture him and care for him, it's like, man, you know what I mean? And it's like, I just never, I can't respect him. You know, when I was having a bit of a run here in 2014, 2016, or 2017, I was, if you really pay attention, I wasn't interacting with Killer. You know what I'm saying? We actually got one recording that we did where we was really just arguing. You know what I'm saying? It's still yet to be uploaded. It's like, I don't respect him. You know what I'm saying? And I think B-Boy said it best. It's like, give it a few more years with Killer, he's going to make himself irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Getting into it with these random people, J&W Balls, JJ Strong, for no reason. All the feuds he got in happened for no reason. You know what I mean? What's the real reason for him getting into it with J&W? What's the real reason for him getting into it with JJ Strong? B-Boy, anybody. Who starts it most of the time is him. You know what I mean? And, you know, it goes back to him for no reason taking down Grandpa Joe's cross and putting that pentagram, a Leviathan, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Cross. Like, what is wrong with this boy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very weird because also, you know, Ronald was involved. You know, his dad with the Joe Show crew. Like, what did he say about Killer? With all due respect to his father, man, Killer's father, like, Killer's father couldn't control him. Like, I think when you have somebody that level of bad, or that level of evil, excuse me, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? He tried to take him to a psychologist. He tried every single thing you can think of. He tried everything with him. He tried. You know what I'm saying? But he was just going to be him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a person I can't respect. But let's just deal with him, man. You know what I mean? So, as time wears on, Neil, you know what I mean? You started to build up a bit of a reputation towards the end of the first era of the Joe Show. You built a reputation as being a bit rough. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that. I don't play. Yeah. I don't play. I don't care who you are. But once, I don't know, it's something in me that when I see ignorance or just people being disrespectful, I just lose it at the drop of a hat, you know, and it's cost me a lot of things. Again, I've got written up so many times for my actions, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I think one of the biggest, what made you relevant is 2009 spring break and you tase one of my best friends, which is a reason. If I was strong enough, I'll beat your ass on this podcast, and you'll get your ass beat back. Damn sure would. Now that Neil, he's joking. He's Trump. So I don't care if he was Santa Claus. I'll still beat his ass. No, no. You'll beat my ass. Exactly. Now what's the question? Remember that time you tased Justin? That was my best friend. I ain't like it. Yes, I remember. Anyway, I felt he was talking a lot of shit. I was dealing with a lot on this day. You know, I'm not going to specify what it was, but he was just kind of berating me. And, you know, what set me off is he's like, this ain't shit ass cop. It's like, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all can go back and play the footage. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here with this ain't shit ass cop. You know, just kind of like I'm this little person. You know, like what you think you got the big voice because you on commentary? This is what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the hell are you? You know? And instead of just getting in, just, you know what I mean, just leaving it alone, I let my emotions get the best of me. And I was wrong. You know, I've said this before. I was wrong. I shouldn't have tased him. You know what I mean? It's like, I should have been a bigger man and walked away and let him have his words, whatever. But I didn't do that. I got mad, you know what I'm saying, and I tased him. And were you reprimanded for that? I pretty much lost my job. Oh man, no, I don't think nobody knows that. Yeah, I lost my job. Because it was live. On top of that, it was just like. It was right up at the write-up around this time. And it was just like, Neil, you got to learn to control yourself. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, that's when I got fired. And that's why I just became security for Grandpa Joe. And I was no longer a police officer, you know, for some time. I think it was 2011. I got back into it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I got fired for doing what I did to Justin. You know what I'm saying? Tasing him. Wow, man. What the hell are you doing here? Just wanted to say hi. Hey there, Bess. What's up, man? What's up, dude? Yeah, just came by to speak. Bye. Wow, Neil. How did your family take it back at home? Oh, they were mad. They were really mad. My son was disappointed because my son, you know what I mean? I never even talked about my kids yet on this podcast. I had my son, Jeffrey, you know what I mean? That's 96, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got like 3 sons, you know what I'm saying? All of them are doing well. One of them wants to be in soccer, you know what I mean? And my other son want to be like me. The other son, you know, he has a disability, but he's into computers. Oh, cool. You know, so yeah. And he good as hell with it. I mean, he know how to take them apart, and you know, he be telling me about giga rams and all this gigabytes. I say, giga, get out my face. Giga, get out my face. So I don't remember what the hell I was gonna ask you right there. Oh yeah, damn it, I don't. Everybody then just came into dinner in my trunks. I hear Wells laughing, all kind of shit. Yeah, how was Wells in those guys too back in those days, Neil? I mean, you know, because you said Killer was bad. Wells was a kid that I felt I could reach. I kind of knew his brother Demont, and you know, different people like that. I felt we could reach Wells, but he was around Killer, and you know, Killer is just so. He can manipulate you, you know what I mean? He can make you feel like, nah, man, listen to me, fuck them, you know what I mean? He got that power, you know? So, we couldn't really save Wells, you know what I'm saying? But, that's just what it was for him. So, after the Joe show was over, you know what I mean? You kind of calmed down. Like I said, you had the incident with Justin. He was pretty much quiet in 2010, 2011. You probably appear here and now on the West Side in 2012. What were you doing? Well, I became an officer again in 2011. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much where else sticking my focus. Oh yeah. You asked me how my family reacted, but yeah, they were disappointed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to continue touching on. Got sidetracked with another thought. But yeah, man. My wife was just like, she just couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Because like she thought that yeah, fuck it. She thought that she knew me. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't know that I had a temper. You know what I mean? She thought she understood my temper, but she was just like, that was just uncalled for. You know what I mean? Why would you just tase the man that's talking trash? You know what I mean? Like, and she just couldn't believe it. Like a lot of things kind of went bad for me. You know, when I did that to Justin, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I just really didn't, come to terms with that the right way. And that's another reason it was hard for me to come back to XT, because as you said, like 2010, I wasn't really here. I was just like kind of back and forth. Like 1 minute I'm here in West Side, 1 minute I'm not, because I didn't know if I wanted to come back. I was embarrassed at my actions. And some people were saying you should apologize, but this false pride that was inside of me was like, forget that. I ain't gotta apologize. He need to apologize to me. You know what I mean? He disrespected me. And these are my thoughts. But slowly I came back to XTV, and then the idea was to do what was it called? Oh yeah, Insomnia. That was a film that we were working on. We actually still got some of the images of a film called Insomnia. It was basically based off of Tony B. In 2013, he had a lot of issues with trying to sleep, and you know what I mean. He just kind of did a project based off of that. It had myself, it had Wells, it had a new guy that never really got introduced to XTV, but that was going to be their way of introducing me. You know what I'm saying? And it just wound up not happening. We still got images from it, but it just didn't happen. Well, tell us a little bit about why it didn't happen, and tell us about the process of it. It was tedious, man. I remember like the first few images we did, they got corrupted somehow. The first few images, and we had to do all kind of shit because I think this is like the first time we ever ran into a situation like that where files got corrupted. Like the first time it ever happened. And so it took us a while to learn how to get through that. And then even when we got through it, we was just like, just other things started to take over. You know what I mean? And we was gonna work on it this day, and then it get pushed back, and it get pushed back, and after a while, it's like, I ain't doing this no more. And that's just kind of what happened. But the project itself was basically about this guy who couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? He had an important job interview tomorrow, or something like that. He had to see it was important. Like he had an important day the next day, but his mind was too busy with thoughts. So he tried to turn on the television, MTV, and all of that. And he tried to do exercises. He tried to do all kind of stuff to make himself get tired, but he couldn't. And later on, Wells, who was also a part of this project, you know what I mean, he gets into a situation where he's with the cast member's mom, you know what I'm saying, and he's having sex with Wells. His mom is having sex with Wells, you know what I mean, and the dude is like, what the hell's going on? And it's this whole craziness. He driving crazy, and that's when I pull up, you know what I'm saying, and I try to stop him, but he, and then we get into a bit of a verbal match, and I'm just like, are you serious right now? Are you serious? And what winds up happening, you know what I mean, is the whole time he's actually dreaming about all these things happening, and he wakes up late for the interview. You know what I'm saying? And Wells is the person that gets the job that the guy wanted. So yeah, that's what Insomnia was. Wow, that sounds like a great story, man. Yeah, it was again, we got images from it, but it just never got finished. But that's how they was going to introduce me. But the Lord had other plans. Other plans indeed. 2014, Neil, you become XTV commissioner, and it's controversial because Justin is very vocal about you. Yeah. Again, man, this is why I didn't want to come. I kept telling my baby this. I say, baby, this is why I didn't want to come. And he just like, he going off on me. And I'm just like, man, and a few times I did tase him. A few times I punched him in the mouth. Damn! And write-ups again. Damn. And this is, dealing with this is one of the reasons I lost my job again as a police officer. Damn it. Is because I was building a negative reputation. You know what I'm saying? What was going on, and they could actually see this. I was in the public light, and I was the commissioner. You know what I mean? And the last incident that actually cost me my job is the trip to Leganto. You know what I mean? We were going to see Foe. You know what I mean? Rashad. And what happened on this is I got my nightstick. Somebody was doing something. I think LT was escaping from jail or Killer was escaping, and I went to go hit them, but Yosi, you know what I mean, she got in the way, and I accidentally hit her, you know what I mean, and it got quiet, like everything slowed down because she's the queen, you know what I mean. So that was the final incident. It cost me my job, and yeah, man, it was tough times, you know what I'm saying. Now, I bet your family was completely done with you at this point. Oh yeah, nobody was talking to me. Me and my wife would, she was planning on getting a divorce after this incident. Damn it. Yeah, it got bad for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I really couldn't control myself. Like I really felt that way. I felt I couldn't control myself. I would just get so mad and so infuriated with things where I felt like, damn, I can't do it. So what happened was I worked a program with Justin. You know what I mean? In 2016, we had to, or 2017. I'm sorry. Me and Justin was working a program where, I was just saying, like, I'm going to beat your ass, Justin, and Justin and me was going to fight. We wound up fighting at Spring Break 2017. And after that match is when I disappeared. And when I disappeared for that time, I wanted to just work on me. I started to go to church, and I started to really, really build myself up. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't need a psychologist. I didn't need nobody that doesn't know me to talk to me for hours and hours, you know what I mean? So I finally cried. I needed Jesus, and that's truly what happened. I just left everything alone, you know what I mean, and just worked on myself, locked myself in the hotel room, and just kind of rebuild on myself. And I say that took a good year. You know what I'm saying? All through 2018, there's a big reason why Officer Neal wasn't really there. You know what I'm saying? I probably made appearances here and there, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a lot because I was trying to build on myself. And at this point, I've come to terms with a lot of things I've done. I apologize, Miss Josie. I apologize, Justin. You know what I mean? I did wrong. I did wrong. I made a lot of stupid decisions. And, as a result, things happen to me, and that's just it. You know what I mean? You put bad out, bad comes back to you. It's tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what happened. It's like I did something stupid and something dumb happened to me, and that's been my whole career. It's like, okay, you're gonna tase Justin, you're gonna get fired from your job. You're gonna do this to this person, this is gonna happen to you, and I'm pretty sure something's gonna happen with me and Killer after I said what I said about him. But At least what I said is true. At least what I said is from the heart. It is not something I'm just making up because I'm just completely pissed off at him. It's like he did what he did, and I can't stand him. You know what I'm saying? He is scum on the bottom of my shoe. Damn, Neil. So what's next? I mean, do you see yourself running for XTV commissioner or anything like that? And how do you like how XTV is going? And I have one more question after that. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Where XTV is headed right now, it's headed in a good place. You know what I'm saying? Certain people got to be out of XTV in order for it to really, you know what I'm saying, these certain things, certain ideas to take fold. But yeah, right now it's in a good place. How do you feel about the negativity that you get during your commissionership? People saying that only thing you really did is make SummerSlam actually happen and different things like that. How do you feel about the negative criticism you've received over your your term? It is what it is. Again, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what XTV was. They gave me the position. You know what I mean? And I kind of walked into it blind. Like, keep in mind too, like, I'm still dealing with the issues with being an officer. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just something I just kind of jumped into. You know what I mean? Something I didn't really know. Did I do bad during my term? I just feel like I didn't do enough. You know what I mean? In my honest opinion, I don't think I did bad. I don't think I made XTV worse when I was here. I just didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? And you take it as you want. But honestly, I did what I did, and it's over. All right, Neil. Thank you, man. This was a great Dinner in My Trunks podcast. Thank you, Officer Neil. Thank you, Random Dude. Never a problem. You, Neil.